What's up everyone? My name is Shaelyn and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You saw the title of today's video. I'm going to be talking about how somebody without a disability should talk to somebody with hemiplegia. And this can apply to other disabilities as well, but I'm just speaking really on behalf of myself. I don't want to speak for other people with hemiplegia, but this is how I would prefer other people to talk to me as somebody with hemiplegia, if that makes any sense. So first off, this one's a big one. I feel like this happens more than I thought it would and more than it should happen. Don't tell them what they can't do. I'm not kidding. I've had people straight up tell me, like in certain situations, just be like, oh, you can't do this. And actually, I have had some comments being like, oh, you can't do this properly because this part of your body doesn't work. Are you sure? People genuinely think that I have no idea what I can't do, even though I've been living with this disability for going on 7 years. Instead of saying that, you could tell them how amazing it is, the things that they can do. Keep it positive, don't dwell on the negatives. I would prefer that anyway. So for number 2, all of these things I've personally experienced, and that's why I'm mentioning them, because I either want to spread awareness about like the annoying things that we have to deal with as people with hemiplegia, but also call people out and let you know that it's not okay and that we notice what you're doing and stop. So for number 2, this goes for honestly anything, but don't be creepy and fetishize us. We already feel really vulnerable, so would really appreciate if you would just, unless obviously it's welcomed and wanted, I guess, and what's the word? You have consent, then just don't assume that it's something we want to hear. Ugh. This one is a big one because I'm guilty of doing it to myself. But this is just to let you guys know not to be the one to do it, or maybe even to, I don't know, stop somebody from doing it to themselves as well. But number 3 is don't be the one to set expectations for recovering from paralysis. It's fine to set goals, don't get me wrong, but don't set like due dates. That's a huge thing because that's just not realistic for recovering from paralysis. Everybody has their own journey and you cannot predict the amount of time that it's going to take to fully recover from something like this. Number 4 is a huge one. Honestly, you would think it's common sense, but for a lot of people it's not. Be patient with them. From my personal experience, it's really difficult to like come to the realization that you do need more time for yourself to do normal everyday tasks. But then to also come to the realization that you have to kind of prep people and let them know that you might need some extra time just so that they're not like, what's going on? Like, let's go, hurry up. Because that's also really like, I don't know, it just kind of like makes you feel bad when you feel like somebody's waiting on you and they don't understand why you need the extra time. So definitely be patient with us. Believe me, it will make it go faster if you just be patient. You might not believe me when I say this, but I've actually had people ask me why I haven't just amputated the limbs that don't work anymore, which I don't think I need to answer that question, but that's just not an option. Number 1, because most stroke victims, me included, are on aspirin daily, so our blood is very thin, so even a little nick, like a little cut, can be like a huge bloody situation. So surgery is not really something that is the most safe for us. That question always really just disturbs me because it's like, Oh, actually, I do want to add one more because I experienced this today, actually. I was at the nail salon getting my nails done, and my nail tech sits me in the, like, he sits at his normal desk to do my right hand, but then we switch over and go to one of the pedicure, like, chairs, like, you know, the massaging ones and whatever, so that he can get closer to my hand, and I don't know, it's just, like, what works for us, and he's really great with working with my paralyzed arm. When I'm getting that done, obviously my hand is in a weird position and I have to like assist, and it looks like I'm like fighting my nail tech, like with my left arm, like not being able to just simply place it in his hand and give my hand to him. If you ever see somebody in a nail salon or anywhere for that matter, and they're struggling and maybe they're walking a little bit differently or their arm looks a little bit funny. Actually, this happens to me all the freaking time, especially when I'm in Target, which is so annoying. Don't stare. If you happen to look, just look away. Don't keep staring and make it obvious, because we already feel vulnerable and we know that it doesn't look totally normal. Staring is just like, ugh. It just feels like so embarrassing, and like honestly makes me feel really vulnerable. This one time in Target, I was walking, and you know how like the employees usually, if you're walking by them, they'll be like, oh, hello. Like they always say hi to you because they're so nice. I literally had Target employees walking like in the oncoming, like in the opposite direction of me, and I was passing them, and I was smiling at the girl because I knew she was gonna say hi. She didn't say hi. She literally looked at my eyes and then looked down at my hand as I was walking by and just stared at my hand as I walked by. And I was like, what the heck? Like, girl. Okay, but anyway, that brings me to the end of this video. If you guys can think of any more, please drop them in the comments below. I would love to read through them, and honestly, I would love them to just like be there for other people to also read, in addition to the ones that I've said in this video. So yeah, please drop your comments below. I'd love to read them and honestly just start a conversation about it, because I don't think that many people talk about what people shouldn't do or say or act like with people with a disability. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on all my socials linked in the description down below, and I will see you next week for another new video. Okay, bye.